with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. A late season clash, one that could have huge stakes and could be a determining factor in how this season is remembered. Week 11 in EA Sports College Football. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Pulls and fires complete. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Straight ahead, it's Young. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. They got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Takes a handoff. It's Young. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Trying to squeak through the pile. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. They'll try the left side. Nowhere to go.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's 4th down. The Buffaloes will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. So Texas offense will now get its first chance with the football. Hollywood Smothers, a 150-yard, 3-touchdown day while leading his team to victory in their last game. Hits inside, it's Smothers. Pushed his way ahead, really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Tight end now in motion. Here's Arch to throw. They're all over him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
They'll move the tight end. Takes the handoff. It's Smothers. Just smothered on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Got a man. It's Brown. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. A give to Brown.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got two great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield, so a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this.
He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. That last one might have helped the completion percentage, but it didn't go forward. 2nd and 10 here. On the ground, it's Young. Stop right there.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
He'll pull it down. There he goes. Past the 50. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lewis. Grabbed behind the line. It's Clements. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Lewis wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Bunch formation for these receivers. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Over the middle, it's Williams.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
From deep, it's Brown. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking for space, it's Young. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Lewis to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Setting up the screen. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Throwing Manning. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2. And, man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Give to the back. You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical.
Time to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Running inside. It's Smothers. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. 3rd and 10, still back up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Sends it back in motion. 3rd down from the gun, Manning. Look out! Breaks into the open. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That would...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Longhorns. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point extends the lead to 16.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Play fake, Lewis. Left side is Welsh. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Before they snap the ball on 2nd down, timeout is called. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Fires immediately.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to Williams over the middle. Colorado will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout here. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Throwing, Lewis. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas. And they turn it into a defensive score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Lewis to throw. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Buffs now use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one...
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Lewis. The throw. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country. The Buffaloes will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Catching up with the Texas head coach coming out of the locker room. He is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expecting to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Unloads it left. Put it where only his man could get it, and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first.
Oh, Gets picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Here's Lewis to throw. Just had to get rid of it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that, and they've got it at the 49. Offense in a split backfield. Manning with the play fake. Buying time to his right. Rolling right and going deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Long way to go on 2nd down. Here's Manning to throw. Between the hashes, it's Brown.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop. That's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Lewis on the play action. Here comes the heat. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Lucky to get it off.
Well, coming out in the 2nd half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the 3rd quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half.
Shakes a man, and he might take off. So much change of direction. He's down to the 23. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Colorado! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense runs the option. They didn't need the option. The quarterback does a great job understanding that what the defense is trying to do. He's got space. He takes it. Why pitch it when I don't have to? Makes the big, long, explosive touchdown play for this offense.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Finds a crease. It smothers. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a 1st down. Now on 1st down from the 28. They're going to ride this running back. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Brown again. And he's brought down after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game.
And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. So we open the final period with a third down play. Manning from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Wingo. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Turning it on! And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Smothers. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Defense all over him.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what?
Touchdown, Longhorn! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. Offense in a bunch formation. Throwing, Lewis. Turns up, it's Young. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. After not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Lewis wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Buffaloes will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Going to field this one in tight quarters. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To throw, Manning. Firing deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Down he goes.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Rushes on. Trying to escape and get it himself. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. He's got it down the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Right back to the well. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build.